We are so very pleased and thrilled to have you all here this morning, finally, for the first of our Kailo Wellness Summits.
We are very proud of the phenomenal lineup of experts that we have for you today and look forward to hearing from each and every one of them.
Hello everyone, and thank you very much to Kath and Christy. I know everyone is so excited to be here, and welcome. As you heard, my name is Lisa Wilkinson from Channel 10's The Project. I am absolutely delighted to be your host today for this inaugural Kailo Wellness Summit in the beautiful Kailo Hotel. Wellness makes up the many parts of who we are. In other words, it's more than just skin deep. For Kath and Christy, their vision for Kailo was a place where their clients could nurture the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, and the personal connections that make up exactly who we all are. And so their vision to create a one-day wellness event was designed to educate and inspire us to feel, look, and live better lives.
If you can break down some of these barriers that people often have around health and wellness and what that actually means, breaking down wellness, I mean, we've got lots of different concepts, but is it that you have energy? Is it that you sleep well? Is it that you have reduced anxiety? Is it that you're having good supplements? And then what does that actually mean? And do we have any other outcomes and ways in which we can assess that?
So I think we can all agree that injectables generally get a bad reputation in the press, and so it's important to be able to educate the public and our patients all about injectables and what are myths and what are facts. Anti-wrinkle injections lead to the loss of facial expression. Yes and no. Obviously, particularly the wrinkle relaxer treatments work on muscle activity. So when you reduce muscle activity, you will lose some of the facial expressions. However, we generally tend to use botulinum toxin, which is the wrinkle relaxant injections, to reduce the hyperactive muscle activity rather than to block all activity altogether.
We have always had the same goal, which is giving patients the best possible skin, and really the only way to achieve that is by using prescription strength ingredients.
And he goes, because people are really scared of chasing their dream, whatever it is, fertility stuff, career, passion. Like, I remember right before I got on my flight to LA, I was in acting school and I ran into an old mate with the exact same age, went to high school together, and she goes, oh, you're in this class too? And I go, yeah, man, I'm only here for one day though. I go to LA soon. And she goes, oh, but you're over 30. And I go, yeah, pretty sure. And she goes, yeah, but if you haven't made it by 30 as an actor, you just will never make it. And I was like, okay, cool. I can't actually afford to think like that because I will totally live to those parameters that you've clearly set for yourself, but I'm choosing not to set them for myself.
Okay, so I have 10 minutes to explain to you the science of life. So, Ayurveda is a Sanskrit word. Ayur means life, and Veda means science or knowledge. So the Veda are essentially the laws of nature. How does nature operate? And from the Veda is what yoga comes from, meditation comes from. Ayurveda is the medical side of how the laws of nature operate. There's Sthapatya Veda, which is Vedic architecture. How do you design in accordance to nature? There's Vedic astrology. It goes on.
If you sleep less than 7 hours a night in general, and you are male, your increased risk of death is about 1 in 4. If you are a female, the increased risk is 1 in 5. So you can exercise, you can meditate. You're not going to be a perfect human being unless you get your sleep hygiene right. Now that can be a bit upsetting for some of you. So let's understand what all this is about.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the brain. It is really a magnificent organ. But it is a great unknown. And what I mean by that is that we know a lot about the brain, but it's really just the tip of the iceberg. What is the brain? It's kind of like a computer. It consists of neurons or nerve cells, which is the software, and connective tissue, which is the hardware. 2% of the total body weight but it requires 20% of the nutrients and blood supply. So it really is a very demanding organ. It swims in this clear fluid. This is me operating inside the brain. This is like one of those lovely journeys within the brain. That's the cerebrospinal fluid that I'm in, and it's produced by that stuff there, which looks like seaweed. This is an area called the third ventricle. These two areas here control memory, and I'm creating a sort of internal bypass to treat a condition called hydrocephalus.
So I want you to think of one question. I want you to start picturing ageing as a disease. Okay, let's think of this for a second. If I've got elevated blood pressure and I go to the doctor and I've changed my diet and I'm exercising and it's not dropping, he's going to give you a prescription for a pill to stop the blood pressure. Well, then why then, if you are serious about treating ageing as a disease, are you not going to a health professional and say, please, give me a prescription for ageing? And what is that prescription? NAD, NAD+. So I'm imagining tomorrow the phone line at Kailo Medispa is going to go crazy because everyone needs that prescription for ageing. Should you care? You should absolutely care. And I'm going to tell you why you should care. Because we absolutely know the lower your NAD level, the faster disease comes, the more inflammation you have, and the weaker your immune system will become.
So Biologique Recherche, the French professional brand that offers personalized methodology for to provide maximum results to our client. The idea is that personalization is key to understand what makes your skin unique.
In every cell, there is a nucleus, and in this nucleus, there's the DNA. And if you unwrap that DNA, it's about more than 2 meters long. So it contains all the information about the so-called genome.
None of this comes easy to me, but it's at the heart of my daily struggle not to be limited by my injuries or be defined by misfortune. I could tell you that each of us is strong enough to adapt to anything life throws at us, but it's just not true. Yes, we're a lot stronger than we think we are, but I still don't believe you can do it alone. I know I can't. And I still wish I could run down the beach with a board under my arm, but I am stoked to be able to get back out in the water and do what I've always loved. I'm also humbled that my story has helped millions of others feel not so alone during their darkest moments, and to find strength to carry on, and if need be, ask for help instead of giving up or surrendering to self-pity.